The indispensable chip, a global linchpin. Semiconductors are the bedrock of our modern world. These tiny marvels of engineering power everything from smartphones in our pockets to vast data centers. They drive cars and guide airplanes. Medical equipment relies on them. The global economy itself pulses to the rhythm of chip production. Without them, the digital age would simply cease to exist. Their importance cannot be overstated. They are, in essence, the new oil of the 21st century, a critical resource. The semiconductor industry is therefore a stage for intense global competition. Nations vie for dominance in this critical sector. Control over chip technology means influence. It means economic strength and national security. This is not merely about commerce, it is about power in a rapidly changing global order. The United States and China are the main players in this high-stakes game. Their rivalry in technology is reshaping international relations. This contest has profound implications for us all. Echoes of the past early hardware restrictions. The current US actions do not come out of a vacuum. They build upon previous efforts to limit China's access to advanced semiconductor technology. For several years, Washington has implemented restrictions. These primarily targeted hardware. The focus was on physical components. This included advanced chip-making equipment. It also covered the export of high-performance chips themselves. These measures were designed to slow China's progress, particularly in areas deemed critical to national security. One of the most significant early moves was the restriction on Huawei. The Chinese telecommunications giant faced severe limitations. It was cut off from US technology. This included essential semiconductor design tools and access to leading foundries. The impact on Huawei was substantial. It crippled its smartphone business. It also hampered its ambitions in 5G network deployment. This demonstrated the potent effect of US export controls. It sent a clear message to Beijing. The AI chip choke point impact of hardware bans. The hardware bans had a particularly noticeable impact on China's ambitions in artificial intelligence. AI is a transformative technology. It relies heavily on powerful, specialized semiconductors. These are often called AI chips. Graphics processing units, originally designed for gaming, became central to AI development. Companies like NVIDIA, an American firm, dominate this market. The US restrictions specifically targeted the export of these high-performance AI chips to China. This was a direct hit. Chinese AI companies found themselves scrambling for alternatives. They had relied on US designs and technology. The restrictions forced them to look for workarounds. Some stockpiled chips before the bans took full effect. Others sought to develop their own domestic alternatives. However, creating cutting-edge AI chips is incredibly complex. It requires immense expertise and investment. The US lead in this area is significant. The hardware bans created a clear choke point for China's AI industry. Shifting tactics. The new software sanctions. Now the US is shifting its tactics. The focus is expanding from hardware to software. This represents a significant escalation in the tech rivalry. The new proposed restrictions target electronic design automation software. These are highly specialized tools. They're absolutely essential for designing modern semiconductors. Think of them as the sophisticated blueprints and digital factories for chip creation. Without advanced EDA tools, designing complex chips is virtually impossible. This is a critical new pressure point. The US Department of Commerce is spearheading these new rules. The rationale remains consistent with previous actions. It is about national security. It is about preventing China from using advanced US technology for its military. And it concerns limiting China's rise in strategically important technologies like AI. By targeting EDA software, the US aims to strike at the very beginning of the chip development process. It is an attempt to cut off the headwaters of China's advanced semiconductor ambitions. Section 5. EDA under fire, the brains behind chip design. To understand the gravity of the new software ban, we must appreciate what EDA tools do. Electronic design automation software is the lifeblood of semiconductor design. Modern chips contain billions, sometimes trillions of transistors. These are packed onto a tiny piece of silicon. Designing such intricate structures manually is unthinkable. EDA tools provide the digital environment for this complex process. They allow engineers to lay out circuits. They simulate performance and test for flaws. These software suites are incredibly sophisticated. They encompass a wide range of functionalities, from initial logic design and circuit simulation, to physical layout, verification, and testing. Each step is critical. An error at any stage can render a chip useless, or it can lead to costly manufacturing defects. The leading EDA companies have invested billions of dollars over decades. They have refined their tools to handle the ever-increasing complexity of chip design. This makes their software almost irreplaceable in the short term. Section 6: AI's Silicon Heart, the strategic imperative. Artificial intelligence is at the heart of this technological contest. AI is not just another technology, it is seen as a foundational technology. It has the potential to transform economies, societies, and even warfare. Dominance in AI is increasingly viewed as a measure of national power, and semiconductors, specifically AI chips, are the engine driving AI progress. Without access to the most advanced chips, a nation's AI ambitions can be severely constrained. This is why AI chips are such a critical concern. The US government views China's rapid advancements in AI with alarm. There are concerns about military applications. For example, AI could be used in autonomous weapons systems, or it could enhance surveillance capabilities. There are also economic concerns. Leadership in AI could translate into dominance in future industries, from autonomous vehicles to advanced robotics and personalized medicine. The strategic stakes are incredibly high. Controlling the hardware and now the design software for AI chips is seen as essential. Section 7: Global Tremors. Consequences for the supply chain. These US restrictions on China's semiconductor industry will send tremors through the global supply chain. The semiconductor industry is famously interconnected. It involves a complex web of companies and countries. Each specializes in different parts of the design, manufacturing, and assembly process. Disruptions in one part of this chain can have cascading effects worldwide. The new software ban, targeting crucial EDA tools, is no exception. It adds another layer of complexity and uncertainty. For US EDA companies, the restrictions could mean a loss of revenue. China is a significant market for their products. While national security concerns are paramount for policymakers, companies must navigate these new rules. They may face challenges in distinguishing between civilian and military end users in China. This could lead to overly cautious approaches. It might also reduce their competitiveness if Chinese firms accelerate development of domestic alternatives. The long-term impact on US tech leadership is a subject of debate. Section 8: Navigating the new rules challenges for US tech. US technology companies find themselves in a challenging position. They must comply with increasingly complex government regulations. They also need to remain competitive in the global market. The new software restrictions for semiconductor development add another layer of operational difficulty. EDA software providers in particular will need to implement robust compliance mechanisms. They must ensure their advanced tools do not reach prohibited entities or uses in China. This is not a simple task. The definition of advanced technology can be subject to interpretation. The specific parameters of the ban, especially concerning GAA transistor design tools, will require careful scrutiny. Companies will need clear guidance from the government. Ambiguity can lead to overcompliance, stifling legitimate business, or it can lead to inadvertent violations, resulting in penalties. The cost of compliance itself will likely increase. This includes investments in legal expertise and technology to monitor software usage. These are new burdens for the industry. Section 9: The Tech Cold War, Geopolitical Implications, and the Future. The escalating US actions against China's semiconductor industry are a clear sign. We are in a new era of technological competition. Some call it a tech Cold War. This rivalry is not just about economic advantage, it is fundamentally about global influence and national security. Semiconductors are at the epicenter of this contest. They are the critical infrastructure of the digital age. Control over their design and production is a key strategic objective for both Washington and Beijing. These restrictions, particularly the new software ban, have profound geopolitical implications. They signal a US determination to prevent China from achieving technological parity or superiority in critical areas. It could accelerate China's drive for self-sufficiency. It might also push China and other nations to form alternative technological blocs. This could lead to a more fragmented world, a world with competing standards and less global cooperation on technological challenges. The future trajectory of this tech conflict is uncertain. Will these measures effectively slow China's progress? Or will they spur greater innovation and resilience within China? The answer will unfold over years, not months. Much depends on China's ability to develop domestic alternatives to US technology. It also depends on the willingness of other countries to align with US policy. The global semiconductor industry is watching closely. The stakes are incredibly high for everyone involved. This tech rivalry is reshaping global trade, investment, and innovation. It forces nations to make difficult choices about their technological futures. As we move further into the 21st century, the interplay between technology and geopolitics will only intensify. Understanding this dynamic is essential for navigating the complex world ahead. The chip war is a defining feature of our times.